Assalamualaikum to you guys. Hello, what's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Terrence, and today is it's not actually. Today is the second day of the video of the. I guess you could call it a vlog. This is like a blogging or a diary of my progress in speaking in Arabic, in trying to learn how to speak in Arabic. So this is the second day, but it's not really the second day because it's been actually kind of a week from the last video, but let's just count this as the second day. Okay, let's just count this as the second day. So I've been trying to learn Arabic, right? And just today I've tried to learn the verb, how the working of the verb, like behind the working of the verb, because the verb in Arabic is really different compared to, for example, my own language, Bahasa Indonesia, or maybe English that I'm using now. Because the working of the verb, they have the same concept as English, as in the past participle, the past tense, or the infinitive. But it's like, even then, they got many irregularities in them. They got many differences in Arabic. So, for example, you can only, if we compare it to English, for example, you have many forms of irregulars, right? But the types of outside of the irregulars, you got the same concept. You got the same pattern on all of the words and sentences. But in Arabic, it's a little different because you have, like, for example, the verb will always go like this, right? In general, the verb will always go like this. Fa'ala, fa'ala. The verb will always go like this. Fa'ala. And then behind the fa'ala means, like, it's called fi'al mudari'. Fi'al madi. Fa'ala is the past form, right? You can say that the infinitive form is yaf'alu, but it's not always yaf'alu. It can be yaf'alu, it can be yaf'ulu, and then the fa'ala, although this is a general form of it, it can also change. For example, from fa'ala, it can change to fa'ila, fa'ila, right? So from fa'ila, you can also change to two things, to yaf'alu or to yaf'ilu. But the first form, the past form, is always fa'ila. It could be fa'ila. So you can see that the pattern is changing from fa'ala to yaf'alu, yaf'ilu, and yaf'ulu, to fa'ila, but only to change it to two. So the words that root from fa'ila will only change to two forms, to yaf'alu and yaf'ila. And the second form will be starting from fa'ula, fa'ula, and then they could change to yaf'ulu, and that's it. So they got three forms. And all of these forms, they got many other irregularities to them. So it's really, strange. And, it just shows that they got many varieties of way of saying things. And in Arabic, this thing actually just proved to me that it's kind of a waste of time trying to memorize all of the formulas, because it's just too stressing. And the forms is always, form's always changing. The form's always changing, because it can change from fa'ala to fa'ila and then to fa'ula. So they're always changing. And I truly believe that I truly believe that in order to learn, be it the verb or be it vocabularies properly, you don't have to memorize all of them. It is needed to memorize them, but not through like drilling to your head and just keep reading them over and over again without trying to understand them. I truly believe that in order for you to memorize them properly, you need to understand them. You need to understand how to use them, and you need to understand how the working behind them. Because even without doing that, even without trying to understand the concept through this is actually a formula book. So through a formula book, you can understand them, but it's going to take a much longer time. So I'm kind of conflicted by this, whether I should be focusing on the formula book or whether I should just try to immediately go at it and try to read all the books or all the articles available online and then just try to memorize them through understanding them through reading the text. So, but the approach that I'm thinking of now is more like I should try still to read the book, the formula book, but at the same time I should do more reading and do more listening to widen my vocabulary and to just increase my vocabulary in general. Because what I've realized so far is that although it is not really that useful to just only use the formula book, but if I pair them up together using the formula book but also communicating and just trying to interact with the language at the same time, I think they will work great. So you could say that I'm just using this as a reference book. Whenever I got something in mind that I don't understand, then I would always go back to this. So it's like they're just a reference, and maybe they're just, the formula book will help me get and just set down the basic framework that I've been understand, or I have understood, or once that I've understood. So basically, so far I have tried reading the formula book and I've tried reading and understanding them, but so far they haven't done that much. To me, they haven't done that much. They've increased my understanding of the forms of the verbs, but it's like once I've read them, maybe 1 or 2 days after that, I'll forget them. So it's not effective to just read this, and that's why I truly believe that I need to use the rules that I've known and I've understood so far and try to communicate them. And when I say communicating, it's not like talking, because there are other ways of communicating, like for example through texting, chatting, and then through just basically using the language in one way or another. So the ways that I'm already thinking up right now is talking, maybe just talking to myself, just trying to make words, or maybe writing, but I don't know if it's going to work as well as I think it will be, because I'm not much of a writer, although I'm trying to. And then maybe, try to interact with the language by many reading and listening, doing just as much reading as listening as I can. So yeah, I think that's all for this second diary for today, and see you guys later.